Okay, great. So with question 8, I mean, I started doing this, but then I realized that I'm only going to be doing exactly what they're doing in the answers. So I'll talk about it conceptually, and I'll go to the actual numbers in the actual answers because they've got a nice table ready for me. So what am I trying to do here with standard deviation? I talked earlier on when I talked about the mode as discussing what's referred to as measures of central tendency. Yes, it's good to know what's happening in the middle, but sometimes I need to understand what's happening around the middle. So, which is what standard deviation helps me to do. It standard deviation is an average, if you like, of all the figures around the center, if you like, around the mean. So giving me how far are all the other figures from the mean? What's that average figure? So that's what we're ultimately trying to do here. So ultimately what we're trying to do is, like I say, how far are all those figures from the mean? So we first of all find the mean, and when we find the mean, we literally take each one, if you like, each of these figures to find out how far they are from the mean. We square it just because we want to sort of, because we're doing numbers, things on this side might look positive and things on this side might look negative, but that's it. This is irrelevant. There's no negative, there's no positive. It's just two different sides of the mean. So the question here is, how do we deal with that? So we sort of square it and find the square root again. So again, we're dividing it by the total number because we're ultimately trying to find the average of those things that are distant from the mean. So going to the answers, because the first thing we have to do is find the mean, and just use the formula that's given to you at all times. That's the standard deviation, and that's the sum, if you like. So let's go and look at that. Let's look at the answers straight away. So what I've done here is they found the mean, first of all, of 59. So you're literally taking all the figures together. You take all these figures together and divide by 6. So 66, I'm sure if you do that, plus 51, plus 69, plus 50, plus 57, plus 61, divided by 6 will give you 59. Now take each of them, which is x minus that, and find their individual distances from the mean. And then we square it, only because of this distance issue of things on this side and things on this side. And so we now have that whole thing, which is the sum of all of that, if you like. This is now all of it. I add all this together, and I will get 302. And then I divide that, of course, by the number of items, which is the average. And then, so the yeah, and find that, and then find the square root of that, and I get 7.7.1. So that's the answer there, 7.1. But it's just really following, just dutifully following the process. And I mean, you'll see these in the exams as well, so they should be nice for you to tick off and get the score, the marks. So the answer here is D.